I've already talked about all the basic forms of transformations, and now what we're going to do is just take that into graphing something by hand. If I were to have a basic function like you see here, which is y equals x cubed, I want to be able to transform it by hand on a graph according to what's specified over here without having to actually go through and make a table or put it on my graphing calculator or anything like that. So I'm going to show you a little bit about that. First we'll start with f of x cubed minus 2. As we've learned in past examples, this minus 2 means that the graph would be shifted down 2. So when I look at this graph right here, the original, what I'm going to do is identify a few points, which I've already done. I've plotted those points, and so I'm going to take each one of those and I'm just going to move them down by 2 units for each and every one. Once I do that, now this one will be way down here, but once I do that, then I'm going to connect the dots, and that will be my graph. That's a sketch of a graph. That's as good as you need to make it, but that will be for the green one. For the next one, we have x plus 4 and minus 1. So what this one will do, the x plus 4, we want to make that 0 inside there, so that means we have a left 4, and this means down 1. So we'll go left 4, down 1 with each of these points, kind of like we did on the last one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, and we keep going with that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1. And so my blue graph is going to look something like this. We are just translating and transforming based on those individual points. Now the last one here actually involves a stretch, but you'll notice on the inside it's first of all to the right by 1. Second of all, it's going to be a vertical stretch by a factor of 2. So here's how I work that with these points. I'm going to go, first of all, right 1 for each one of these. I'll go to the right by 1. And I can kind of get my new, put it in as a dotted line, I can get my new version of this. Now what I'm going to do, and this might be a little hard to see that my graph has gotten a little messy, but now I'm going to take each one of these points, this vertical stretch by 2, and I'm going to multiply the y values by 2. So if I've got this one here, which has a y value 1, I'm going to multiply and it goes up to 2. 0 times 0 is 0. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. And then by the time we get up to this point, it's already up to 8, and so I have to double it to 16. So this is just running away right off the graph really quickly. So it's going to be just a really steep, skinny graph in this one. And oops, sorry, I've gotten a little bit messy there. But when you're doing the vertical stretch by 2, that just means you're going to double the y values in this case.